Klang telah dibanjiri sebegitu besar, sebegitu teruk pada 15 hari bulan Mei. Untuk pengetahuan kawan-kawan sendiri, bahawa daerah Parlimen Klang, 2/3 of Klang was underwater on 15th May 2016. The question was, why did it rain? Why did it flood? Now, I brought a resolution here, 18.1, to ask for 3 clarifications. First question is, will the government do an audit? Will the government do an audit, or JPS do an audit, to figure out why the floods took place? Okay. Number 2, to identify whether there was corruption involved in the allocation of resources, especially for flood mitigation ponds involving Bayu Perdana. Number 3, whether the federal government will give more funds to Klang so that we can once and for all solve the problem of floods in Klang. The reason I say this is because lots and lots of money was wasted. When I went to see the people after the floods, I went to the bank, Maybank in Klang, where they actually had to shut down the entire ATM. Entire ATM machines were all closed down because they couldn't operate because of the floods. Couldn't operate at all. Was closed down. And I talked to the manager and I asked him what's wrong with this machine. They said because of the water, and he told me the same thing had happened the week before. And this rain is becoming recurring, and therefore it needs to be stopped. Now, there was lots of shops that were affected by it, and you're looking at thousands and thousands of ringgits of waste of time, energy, cleaning, and so on, and including 15 to 20 different taman di Klang di bawah air. 15 to 20 tamans, resident areas were underwater. The answer that came from JPS was this: 1, that they are unable to initiate the audit. They are unable to initiate the audit because it is the responsibility of the state government. That's number 1. Number 2, they acknowledge that on that particular day there was excess rain. There was too much of rain. In fact, the number that was given was 61 millimeters in Jalan Kubun, and in the station Hujan Teluk Gadong was 51 millimeters. This is extremely high. So they realized it was quite high. But the reason for, according to JPS, the reason for the flood was because of internal drainage, stagnation of internal drainage, and also the inability to flow the water into the river. And they also acknowledge the fact that it is possible that the plan that was implemented so far had not followed the Manual Saliran Mesra Alam, MSMA, which was implemented in 2000. They acknowledge quite clearly that antara ulasan yang diberikan adalah sistem perparitan yang disediakan perlu mematuhi garis panduan Manual Saliran Mesra Alam yang telah dikuasakan pada tahun 2000. So that means there's a breach of technical requirement here, technical fault, right? And then the answer to whether they will give us more money to put in drainage facilities, the answer is first we have to do the audit, and the audit has to be done by the state government and not by the federal government. So now they have thrown the ball back to the state government to do an internal audit on why the floods took place, and JPS will only play a participatory role and not a leading role in trying to solve the problem.